troll the Chicago Sky as their season doesn't quite seem to be panning out the way they expected it to. First, let's talk about Candace Parker and this tier list. Let's get right into it.
Arike Agumbawale. We always know she's a matchup nightmare. Paige Beckers, I can't put her above.
We put Arike in the B tier? Come on. Arike is like a D tier player. Arike is a shot chucker. She could
The Chicago Sky face potentially devastating news heading into their highly anticipated Barbie-themed matchup, which represents their most significant game of what has been a disappointing season. This struggling franchise has managed to generate excitement around this particular contest, with the United Center reportedly reaching capacity for the event. Originally marketed as a showdown featuring Caitlin Clark, that attraction has already been eliminated with Clark's confirmed absence. Now reports suggest Angel Reese may also be unavailable for the marquee matchup, creating a nightmare scenario for the organization. Current injury concerns plague multiple roster members. Courtney Vandersloot remains sidelined with her ACL tear.
Is like a D tier player. Arike is a shot chucker. She could barely shoot 35% from the field most games. But go on, Candace, but go on.
Sabrina's and the KPs and the Caitlin Clark.
Got Paige B
but
tier.
I can put her at that B level.
Okay.
The more Arike and her play together,
right.
the better they're going to make one another. Cameron Brink, I think, is, the unknown. So I put Cameron Brink on the C level, I think, just in terms of her kind of showing glimpses of what she's capable of. I think WNBA with the space.
Ariel Atkins is dealing with physical issues. Mariah Jefferson was visibly struggling with mobility problems during recent game action, appearing to favor one leg significantly. Both Angel Reese and Haley Van Lith face questionable status for the upcoming contest. Should these absences materialize, Chicago's available rotation becomes alarmingly thin. Rachel Bannum would handle primary ball handling duties. The front court options would likely feature Camila Cardoso and Elizabeth Williams, with Kaisri Gondrazic potentially entering the starting lineup alongside Michaela Onyenwer.
Just in terms of her kind of showing glimpses of what she's capable of. I think WNBA with the space and her length and versatility, she's going to be able to have an impact on the defensive end immediately. Then you got Angel Reese. I put her right at that C level. I think in terms of being above, you have to be able to have the ability to carry a team, be a 1 or 2 option. I think Angel Reese is fantastic at her role, which is offensive rebounding. She showed and demonstrated so much growth in that first year. I think that this...
Damn, reduced Angel Reese's role to just offensive. What about defensive rebounding, Ken?
This combination could represent one of the weakest starting units in recent WNBA memory. Historical perspective reveals previous instances of severely depleted lineups, including past Indiana Fever combinations featuring players like Erica Wheeler, Christy Wallace, Lexi Hull, Nalissa Smith, and Queen Egbo during particularly challenging stretches. However, the current Chicago situation may surpass even those concerning examples in terms of overall talent shortage. The severity becomes apparent when considering that Haley Van Lith's potential absence would actually weaken an already struggling team. Any franchise that relies heavily on Van Lith's contributions typically indicates deeper organizational problems and roster construction issues.
I think that this...
Damn, reduced Angel Reese's role to just offensive. What about defensive rebounding, Ken? What about defensive rebounding? What about finishing around the rim? What about point forward? That's her role too, right? She's point forward Angel Reese. Shout out to Tyler Angel. Candace, come on, man. Come on. How dare you do that? And what also has these people frustrated is not only is she in C tier, I mean, she's on the same tier as Cam Brink, who's only played a handful of games. So
Angel Reese's participation carries particular significance beyond the promotional aspects. Without Ariel Atkins available, Chicago's record without Reese deteriorates to an abysmal 1 win against 7 losses. Historical data shows Reese missed the final 6 contests of the previous campaign, though that occurred during a deliberate tanking period as the organization pursued lottery positioning. The timing creates additional complications regarding draft considerations. Chicago currently holds Connecticut's first-round selection and maintains retains pick swap rights between the Sun and Mercury, which will likely favor Connecticut's positioning.
Brink, who's only played a handful of games, so we don't really know what Cam Brink is going to bring to the table. She's coming back soon. I'm looking forward to that. Shout out to Cam Brink. They got her below Caitlin Clark, but we knew that already. Below Paige Beckers as well. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Behind a rookie. I wonder if Kiki Iriafen was on this list, where she would have put Kiki Iriafen. Very interesting, very interesting. Now, of course, they were mad at Candace Parker over this. Oh, well, of course.
However, they lack their own first-round pick, meaning continued struggles could inadvertently benefit Minnesota's draft position, creating an unfortunate irony for the Sky organization. Recent comments from Tyler Marsh suggest genuine concern about Reese's availability, particularly given the nature of back-related injuries. Such physical issues demand extreme caution regardless of game importance or promotional value. Back problems represent serious medical concerns that transcend single-game considerations. During Chicago's recent performance against Minnesota, Reese appeared compromised physically.
Very interesting, very interesting. Now, of course, they were mad at Candace Parker over this. Oh, well, of course, look who Candace is married to. Of course, she's going to put Angel Reese on the C tier. She's an Angel Reese hater. Every time Candace Parker's on a podcast, she always brings up Angel Reese. Reese's Pieces, I have news for you. That's a testament to Angel Reese. You talk about people who are worth talking about. If she stops talking about Angel Reese, then that means Angel Reese and her relevancy has significantly fallen off of a cliff.
The Lynx demonstrated effective pressure tactics that exposed limitations in Reese's ball handling under duress. Their defensive approach showed other teams a blueprint for containing her effectiveness, applying pressure at the perimeter, and forcing difficult decisions with the basketball. Minnesota's strategy involved pressuring Reese near midcourt, exploiting her tendency to dribble with limited court vision. While she possesses transition skills and perimeter shooting ability, sustained pressure revealed weaknesses in her handle when challenged consistently. The defensive scheme involved forcing her to beat defenders off the dribble, then rotating help defenders to limit driving lanes.
They clip. You understand how foolish you guys sound sometimes? You understand that as soon as these people stop getting talked about, their relevancy falls off of a cliff in a big way. Angel Reese has been improving her game. She's been getting better. She might not be there yet. She's not there yet. But then she also says you need to be able to carry your team as a 1 or a 2 option. Yeah, Angel Reese is a 1 or a 2 option.
Reese's statistical pursuit became evident during garbage time as she remained in the contest specifically to secure her 11th point and maintain her double-double streak. Her immediate substitution request following that achievement suggested genuine physical discomfort rather than competitive motivation. Without Reese's presence, Chicago's effort level historically drops significantly. Questions arise regarding Camila Cardoso's intensity without her frontcourt partner. Elizabeth Williams provides consistent energy, and Rachel Bannum maintains professional standards, but Michaela Onyenwer's motor remains inconsistent.
Yeah, Angel Reese is a 1 or a 2 option. She's not carrying her team to victories, though. She's not carrying her teams to W's, though. We're halfway through the season, and the Chicago Sky are in single-digit wins. If those double-doubles translated to W's and the Chicago Sky were one of the top seeds in the league, if those translated into W's and the Chicago Sky were able to beat some of the better teams, if the Chicago Sky were a playoff team, which they currently are not.
Should Van Lith participate, her energy levels fluctuate considerably throughout games. Marisha Davis might provide surprising production as she competes for roster security, potentially delivering an exceptional individual performance. However, the collective talent shortage makes competitive basketball extremely difficult regardless of individual efforts. The promotional significance of Barbie Night and the United Center venue creates additional pressure to field competitive lineups. However, 2 remaining opportunities exist to face Caitlin Clark during the regular season, making this single contest less crucial from a marketing perspective.
Where is it? Here is the report. Courtney Vandersloot is obviously out. She tore her ACL. Onion Were is probably out. Ariel Atkins is hurt. Mariah Jefferson literally limped around the court yesterday. Or was it 2 days ago or yesterday? She was literally limping around the court. Angel Reese and Hailey Van Lith might be out. The Chicago Sky's guard rotation is going to be Rachel Bannum. Oh, you thought I was going to say another guard. And their guard rotation is Rachel Bannum. And their quote.
Medical wisdom strongly suggests avoiding risks with back injuries regardless of external circumstances. Minor groin strains or soft tissue problems represent manageable risks, but spinal issues carry career-threatening implications that extend far beyond individual seasons. Proper healing takes precedence over temporary promotional considerations. Back injuries create long-term complications that affect athletic careers permanently regardless of recovery time invested. The serious nature of spinal problems demands conservative treatment approaches that prioritize player health over short-term competitive goals.
Is Rachel Bannum. And their quote-unquote forward rotation is Maddie Westbeld, or say it's going to be starting Kia Nurse. They're probably going to start Kia Nurse. Will they? And Beck Allen. With Rachel Bannum at the 1. And if Angel's out, Cardoso and E. Will. That might be the worst starting 5 I've ever seen in the WNBA. And we watched some real bad teams.
Should Reese experience genuine back discomfort, participation would be inadvisable despite the game's significance and venue prestige. The basketball community has been buzzing with controversy after Candace Parker's recent player rankings sparked fierce debate among Angel Reese supporters. Parker's tier system placement has generated significant backlash, with fans expressing their displeasure across social media platforms. During a recent discussion about player classifications, Parker organized athletes into different performance levels, from elite S-tier down to developing C-tier players. Her positioning of Angel Reese within this ranking system has caused considerable uproar among the players' fan base, who feel the assessment was unfair and overly critical.
Real bad teams. Like, there was an old clip of a starting 5 that was, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Fever Erica Wheeler, which is not even current Erica Wheeler. It was like Erica Wheeler, Christy Wallace, Lexi Hull, Nalissa Smith, and Queen Egbo. I think that was a starting 5 at one stage. So it wasn't even Erica Wheeler, it was whoever they had before Erica Wheeler. But it was them, Christy Wallace. I mean, it wasn't Wallace, but whatever it was like absolutely like embarrassingly bad from the Fever.
Parker placed several players in various tiers, discussing their strengths and potential. When evaluating rookies and second-year players, she acknowledged their talent while noting areas for improvement. Sabrina Ionescu and Caitlin Clark received recognition for their abilities, while Cameron Brink was assessed based on her limited playing time due to injury. Regarding Angel Reese, Parker positioned her in the C-tier category, explaining that higher-tier players must demonstrate the capacity to lead their teams as primary or secondary scoring options. Parker praised Reese's rebounding abilities and acknowledged her development during her rookie campaign, but suggested she hadn't yet reached the level of impact needed for upper-tier classification.
It was like absolutely like embarrassingly bad from the Fever. But at the end of the day, this might be worse. Like, you know your team is bad when you are being harmed, or when it's looking worse from the subtraction of Hailey Van Lith. Like, you know when your team gets worse without Hailey Van Lith, you're in a bad situation. Any team that is going to be made better in the WNBA with the addition of Hailey Van Lith is a real bad team. It is a real bad team.
Critics of Parker's evaluation argue that the assessment oversimplifies Reese's contributions, focusing too narrowly on offensive rebounding while overlooking her defensive presence, interior scoring, and playmaking abilities. Many supporters question why Reese was ranked alongside players with significantly less professional experience. The controversy intensified when fans began speculating about Parker's motivations, suggesting personal bias influenced her judgment. Some accused Parker of consistently targeting Reese in various media appearances, though others countered that frequent discussion actually indicates Reese's growing prominence in basketball conversations. The statistical reality presents a complex picture.
Is a real bad team. It is a real bad team. But it's not the be all and end all. But at the end of the day, it's not a great look. And if Angel Reese is out for this game, like with no Ariel Atkins, like I'd be interested to see how they got on without Angel Reese with Ariel Atkins. Because if I'm not mistaken, every game Angel Reese has missed this season has been without Ariel Atkins. And then, like, the Chicago Sky are 1-7 without Angel Reese. I can't remember when they won a game without Angel Reese. But
While Reese has been posting impressive individual numbers, her team's performance tells a different story. The Chicago Sky currently holds a disappointing record, sitting well outside playoff contention with significantly more losses than wins. Their position near the bottom of the league standings raises questions about whether individual achievements translate to team success. Parker defended her assessment when confronted about the backlash, emphasizing that she welcomes informed debate about player evaluations. She clarified that her rankings were based on current performance levels compared to established veterans, noting that young players can certainly improve their standing over time.
Angel Reese. But like at the end of the day, last year, she missed the last 6 games of last season, and they were in tank mode. They wanted a lottery pick, so they went fully into tank mode. And the only thing is that the Sky at least have the Connecticut Sun pick, and they have, I think it's a pick swap between the Sun and the Mercury, which is going to be the Sun pick. They don't have their own pick. Problem is that they might actually be giving the Minnesota Lynx the first overall pick, which would be hilarious.
The former star stressed that personal attacks based on appearance or identity don't constitute valid counterarguments. She expressed willingness to engage in factual discussions about player capabilities while maintaining that criticism should focus on basketball analysis rather than personal characteristics. Parker noted the difference between how commentary is received in men's versus women's basketball, suggesting that female analysts face different standards when offering critical assessments. She emphasized that constructive criticism shouldn't be interpreted as personal animosity. Meanwhile, an interesting subplot has emerged involving Chennedy Carter, who has been making pointed comments about the Chicago Sky's struggles from afar.
Lynx the first overall pick, which would be hilarious. It'd be absolutely hilarious, but I don't know, Angel Reese might be missing her Super Bowl. And by the way Tyler Marsh was talking, it sounds like a good chance. It sounds like there is a real good chance that Angel Reese is going to be missing her Super Bowl, because you don't, let's be honest, you don't fuck about with back injuries. You don't. You absolutely don't. Like, it is...
Carter, now playing elsewhere, has been subtly highlighting the team's offensive limitations through social media posts and comments. Carter's recent activity includes sharing highlight reels of her own performances while making observations about teams missing reliable scorers. Her comments appear to reference Chicago's current difficulties finding consistent offensive production from guard positions. The timing of Carter's commentary seems particularly pointed given her previous departure from Chicago under circumstances that some viewed as contentious. Her current team situation appears more favorable, allowing her to comment on her former organization's challenges with apparent satisfaction.
It's one of those things where I'm like, you straight up do not play with a back injury. I don't care how bad she's been. I don't care how bad she was in that game. I don't care how much she wants to play on Barbie night. I don't care how important this game is because it's at the United Center. I don't care how many people won't show up because not only is Caitlin not playing, Angel's not playing either. If nothing else, if she just makes an appearance and signs autographs, fans will still a lot.
Carter's social media presence has included posts suggesting that certain teams might regret personnel decisions, though she hasn't explicitly named organizations. Her followers have interpreted these messages as references to Chicago's current struggles and their lack of perimeter scoring threats. The guard rotation issues in Chicago have become increasingly apparent as the season progresses. Current players in those positions have struggled with consistency, often having extended stretches of poor performance between occasional strong outings. This inconsistency has contributed to the team's overall offensive difficulties.